I am Dan Gowde, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Center for Distance Education, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Today I discuss here Lagrangian formulations in classical mechanics, semester first, uh, conservation theorems and examples on conservation theorems. Show that the inverse square law of attractive forces, central force, is conservative. Solution here. The inverse law of force is a force of attraction between two particles of masses m1 and m2 is given by F bar is equal to minus g m1 into m2 divided by r square, where negative sign indicates that force is directed toward the fixed point and it is called the attractive force, and we write the force as F bar is equal to minus k r bar divided by r square, where k is equal to g m1 m2 for r bar is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. F bar is equal to k minus k into xi plus yj plus zk, and r square component x square plus y square plus z square raised to 3 by 2. For conservative forces, del multiply F bar, del cross product F bar is equal to 0. Therefore, del cross product F bar is equal to determinant of rho is ijk dou by dou by dou by dou x dou by dou y dou by dou z minus kx by r cube minus ky by r cube minus kz by r cube, and rearrange and solve the determinant, and this is goes to finally 0. Del cross product F bar is equal to 0. This shows that the inverse square law of attractive force F bar is conservative. Next point, virtual work. If the system of force acting on a particle be in equilibrium, then the resultant is 0 and hence the work done is 0. Thus, in the case of a particle be in equilibrium, there is no motions, hence there arises no question of displacement. In this case, we assume the particle receive a small virtual displacement, the displacement of the system which causes no real motion is called as virtual or imaginary displacement, and it is denoted by delta r I. Delta virtual displacement delta r I is assumed to the takes place only in the coordinate and at the fixed instant t, where hence delta change in time t is equal to 0. Therefore delta r I is equal to dri dt is equal to 0. Thus the work done by the system of force in causing imaginary displacement is called virtual work. It is the amount of work that would have been done if the actual displacement had been caused. Hence the expression of for the virtual work done by the force is given by virtual work is equal to delta W is equal to summation of F by delta R. Principle of virtual work: if the forces are in equilibrium, then the resultant is 0. Hence, the algebraic sum of the virtual work is 0. Conversely, if the algebraic sum of the virtual work is 0, then the forces are in equilibrium. Remark that principle of is applicable in statistics. Uh, However, an analogous principle in dynamics and was put forward by D'Alembert's. D'Alembert's principle, now see here. D'Alembert's principle state with the equation of motion of a particle Fi is equal to Pi dot, where Pi is the linear momentum of the particle. This can be written as Fi minus Pi dot is equal to 0, that is summation of Fi minus Pi dot is equal to 0. Implies that a system of a particle is in equilibrium. This equation states that the dynamical system appears to be in equilibrium under the action of applied forces Fi and equal and opposite effective forces Pi dot. In this way, dynamic reduces to static, thus summation of Fi minus Pi dot is equal to 0. The system is in equilibrium, the resultant is 0. Hence, the virtual work done by the forces is 0. This implies that summation of Fi minus Pi dot delta Ri is equal to 0. This is known as the mathematical form of D'Alembert's principle. This states that a system of particles moves in such way that the total virtual work done by the applied force and reverse effective force is 0. It is noted that D'Alembert's principle describes the motion of the system by considering its equilibrium. All the laws of mechanics may be derived from the single principle. Hence, D'Alembert's principle has been called the fundamental principle of mechanics, and we will solve some examples by using this principle. Example: a particle is constant to move in a circle in a vertical plane xy. Applied D'Alembert's principle to show that the equilibrium we must have x double dot y minus y double dot x minus gx is equal to 0. Consider particle of mass m having moving along circular path of radius r in xy plane. Let xy be the position of the particle at an instant t with respect to the fixed point O. The constant on the motion of the particle is that the position coordinate of the particle always lie on the circle. Hence, the equation of the constant is x square plus y square is equal to r square. Now see here, and 2x delta x plus 2y delta y is equal to 0. Delta x is equal to minus y by x delta y, where delta x and delta y be the displacement in x and y respectively. Now from D'Alembert's principle we have f minus mr dot delta r in terms of components fx minus mx double dot delta x plus my minus my double dot delta y is equal to 0. Hence, the only force acting on the particle at an instant t is its weight mg in the downward direction. Resolving the force horizontally and vertically, we have fx is equal to 0 and fy is equal to minus mg. Therefore, equation becomes minus mx double dot delta x minus mg plus my double dot delta is equal to 0. Minus x double dot y plus y double dot x plus gx delta x is equal to 0. For delta x not equal to 0, m is not equal to 0. Therefore, x double dot y minus y double dot gx minus gx is equal to 0. This is required equation of a motion. Use D'Alembert's principle to determine the equation of motion of a simple pendulum. Consider simple pendulum fixed at origin, fixed at fixed end, and on a simple pendulum vertically center of gravity acted, and consider a particle of mass m attached to one end of the string and other end is fastened to the fixed point O. Let L be the length of the pendulum and theta be the angular displacement of the pendulum shown in figure. According to D'Alembert's principle, Fi minus Pi dot delta I is equal to 0, where I is the number of the particle in the system. F minus m double dot delta R is equal to 0, where r is the distance of the particle from the starting point along the core, resolving the force acting on the particle along the direction of motion and perpendicular to the direction of motion. We have minus mg sine theta minus mr double dot delta r is equal to 0, where the negative sign indicates the force is opposite to the direction of motion. Since delta r is not equal to 0, we have r double dot is equal to minus g sine theta. From the figure, r is equal to rkb, therefore r is equal to l theta, r double dot is equal to l double theta double dot. Therefore, equation 1 becomes theta double dot is equal to minus g upon l sine theta. Theta is very small, therefore sine theta is equivalent to sine theta. Therefore, theta double dot is equal to minus g upon l theta. This is our main task. This is our today task.